I have been getting a lot of questions from my audience about what vehicles that should they purchase with a specific budget in mind. In this video, I'm going to use my personal experience plus online research that I've done to give you 9 recommendations of vehicles to look at from $300 to $400. And the good news is this is the sweet spot of RC. There is so much good stuff in this window right here. It is almost hard to choose which ones are the best of the best, but I'm going to help you with that here today. We're going to start this category with what I believe is probably one of the best RCs that you can possibly get on the market, period. This is the Arrma Typhon 3S. $339, so still pretty close to the bottom of this price range that we're talking about. It's just one of the most durable, fun, best handling, everything that you can think of vehicles that you can get out there in a basher in the RC world. And it does have its peers. It has the Granite, it has the Sentin. So the Granite's more of a monster truck version, the Sentin's more of a truck, like stadium truck version. But my hands down favorite has always been and has still been the Arrma Typhon 3S here. $339. I'll leave a link to it down in the video description. You've got to check this thing out if you're interested in this price point and getting into RCs. There's a lot of folks that'll point out for $10 cheaper, Traxxas has just recently released a new and updated version of their Slash with the BL2S system in it and a whole host of upgrades. And the truth is, that's awesome. That vehicle has been well overdue for some upgrades, but I would still suggest, even with the $10 price premium, I would still suggest getting the Typhon over that new Traxxas Slash all day. Now, another good thing about this price point is you actually have 3 choices in rear-wheel drive RC drift cars. At $329, you have the Yokomo ready-to-run drift car. At $389, you have the brushless version of the MST RMX 2.5, which you can also get for sub $300 if you're going to go with the brushed motor instead of the brushless. But my personal favorite coming out of all 3 of those is the Redcat RDS that you can get for $399. So yes, that is noticeably more expensive, especially compared to that Yokomo, but it is brushless, it is carbon fiber out of the box, and it has a lot of the adjustability and better parts on it than those other 2 did. I actually have a full breakdown video of comparing all 3 of these vehicles that I can leave down in the video description for you to look at more later. This price point is also great for RC crawlers. So off-road, but not going fast and jumping, but like the slow crawling over rocks and more technical driving. And right here is the Element ECTO, and it also has a new bodied version of basically the same chassis called the Zool, and they are $399, so at the very, very top of the price point for this category. But the truth is, there is not a better crawler that I have ever driven straight out of the box. Highly, highly recommend this to so many people, and everybody that gets one has been very impressed with them. But if that price point's a little bit high for you, $30 cheaper at $369 is the Traxxas TRX4 Sport. Honestly, I really like this truck as well. I've actually have one that's like super crazy modified at this point. But for $369, you can be out rock crawling and doing really, really well with this Traxxas TRX4 Sport. The electronics and some things like that are known to not be super great in it, and maybe you're gonna have to replace them sooner rather than later, but really great truck for the price there. And if you want to get into crawling, but you still want to spend $30 yet less, so $339 is the current going price for the Redcat Gen8. And oh my gosh, this truck, out of the box, does great. Scale looks amazing. I've personally driven, modified everything, these Gen 8s, and they really are great vehicles for that price point. If you look, you can probably actually see that some of them are on sale right now for a noticeable sale. So get out there and snag those while you can. And we talked about our on-road category earlier with the 2-wheel drive drift cars like the Redcat RDS, but there's another form of on-road, which is the folks that like to go fast and do speed runs. And in this category, for $369, you can get the Arrma Vendetta, which has been proven as one of the cheapest ways to hit 100 miles an hour with an RC car that's out there. So $369, it doesn't do 100 out of the box. You have to do modifications to get it there. But for $369, you are well on your way with a very robust, durable platform that can do you really, really well for some speed runs. And really the price for what you get is very reasonable. Now, for a lot of people, $300 to $400 is a lot of money, and maybe you don't want to spend that much. Just underneath that, $100 less, $200 to $300 window is a bunch of also really good vehicles that you may want to consider. I have a video on that as well, so that's going to pop up right over here to your right, and I hope to see you in that video. Thank you, and goodbye.